next graph is going to build straight off the same exponentials that we did, only now we're going to be doing what are called transformations. If we wanted to graph from what I call as a parent function, look at that same 3 to the x that we graphed before. Starts at 0, 1, because anything to the 0 power is 1. Exponential growth on the right side, because numbers keep getting so big so quick. Asymptote on the left side, going to keep getting closer to and closer to 0, never touching, never crossing. Well, what's going to happen is now when I add 2, think about when I take that 0, 1 and I add 2 to it. It's going to go up 2. When I went over 1 and up 3, it's going to add 2 to it. When I go over 2 and up 9, it's going to add 2 to it. What it's going to do is move this graph up 2 units. Even some of these other ones, remember when they kept getting closer to and closer to and closer to and closer to 0? Well, now it's closer to 0 and up 2. Closer to 0 and up 2. Closer to 0 and up 2. And that's what happens here is that this moves the graph up 2 units. Shift, also called a translation if you want to get into the geometry terms. Well, similarly, if we were asked to graph f of x equals 3 to the x minus 5, then what's going to happen is if we graph our parent function, start at 0, 1, exponential growth, exponential decay, and what's going to happen is when we subtract 5, instead of going up 1, now it's going down 5, and it's going to be at, notice it's going to be at negative 4 now, because that's that distance. It's not going down to negative 5. It was at 1. Down 5 means at the 4, it's actually these values that got closer and closer to 0, closer and closer to 0. They're the ones that down 5, down 5, down 5 are going to keep getting closer to and closer to our negative 5 is where our asymptote is going to be this time. And remember, it's a horizontal line, so the equation is going to be y equals negative 5. Exponential growth, the graph's going to look almost exactly the same. It's just like when it does this translation, when it moves it down 2 units, it's just like it grabs this graph and it just shifts the whole thing down 5 units. Just almost like it's shifting the page up or down is all it's doing on that graph.